Alright, welcome back to Big Guy Podcast, Season 2, Episode 6, and we have a returning special guest today of Mr. McAfee.
Hi.
He's here to talk to us about many
things. Well, thanks for having me on, guys, again. I really love the podcast. It's awesome.
You've been on twice, actually, haven't you?
Three times.
Now three times.
Yeah, 3 times now, yeah.
Alright. Dallas, would you like to start us off with your...
Oh, hold on, I'm still opening the document. Somebody else talk on.
Okay. I guess I can talk about, Liberty football. Our season.
Been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Had a rough start, but that's, we had a new coach, new coaches, taking over.
I think we were talking about that last time, new coaching staff.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a little bit. It took a little bit to get started, get rolling, but now they're rolling pretty solid, and
Yeah.
I think they'll be pretty good when they get the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping
So-
for big things tonight.
Tonight we have, honestly don't remember the full, Isaiah, is it like some Springfield? Catholic, yeah.
Springfield
Oh,
Catholic.
they're hard.
No, they're 2-7.
Oh, never mind. Whoop them.
Now, from inside info, I gather from Coach, they like to run the ball, they're pretty big up front, and they'll slow the tempo down a little bit.
Yep.
But I think it's kind of like playing Houston. I think they're going to try not to get beat by a lot, but they're not going to worry about it necessarily.
But yeah, you also have to remember that they go against a lot of
Good
bigger
schools,
schools
yeah.
than us, and that has to do something with their record.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. We're gonna be going up against, is it Lamar that we usually have issues with?
Actually, that one will not. It'll be more, I think, could be state title.
Yeah, that'll be sectionals, probably first round, second round of sectionals.
Actually, sectionals will play like we did last year, probably play Seneca.
You think?
Yeah, Lamar, I think, has been moved to the other side of the bracket,
Oh,
which they would have done that years ago. We could-
yeah. Oh, yeah. Seen probably a few more state games
Yeah.
Yeah.
than we have so far.
We've
Oh,
seen
like Lamar?
two, three? Seen a couple of them,
Mhm.
state games.
Have we ever made it to state?
Well, we made the quarters.
Quarter, yeah.
State quarters. And Lamar was there to send us home.
Yep, sent us home real quick. Kinda like Willow. Who's Willow traveling to?
Willow is traveling to
Forsyth, I think?
Yeah.
Forsyth. They made it
Which is like a 2-hour drive, is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty far.
It's like, I don't know.
Forsyth, yeah.
2-hour drive.
They'll probably come home as soon as
Just
the
to-
game's over.
Yeah.
As soon as the game starts, they'll probably come home.
Oh yeah. I would not want to go that far. If you didn't know, Willow is 0-7 right now.
0-9, you mean?
0-9, not 7. 0-9.
The closest game may be 50.
Yep. 50.
We lost by 50.
Oh, have they scored more than 2 touchdowns so far? Or since
I
we
think they
played
have
them?
3. I think they have 3 for the
3?
season.
Why are they still in the season? They can't win.
Yeah. They pretty much don't have a team at this point. A lot of the kids have quit.
Yeah.
Shame.
Oh,
Used to be our biggest competitor other than Grove.
At one point in time, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
have you been going to the games?
I
Or
have
keeping
not.
track?
I've been keeping track. I've been watching them on the YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, Mountain University Athletics, I think is what it's called.
Mhm.
And we have any games in the gym or at the football field.
Oh,
Yeah. This isn't one of our topics, but volleyball got sent home pretty hard last night.
Well, Fairgrove is good.
They are.
I watched that game, the first 2 sets, and oh man, Fairgrove is. There's a reason why they're 30-1-2.
Yeah.
Lost 1 game and tied 2, and they pretty solid.
Yep.
yeah, I heard the third set wasn't that bad. It was like 26-24.
Yeah, we were actually up 24-23 late in the set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you hear about that Houston volleyball situation?
Oh, it just got crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Now politicians are involved.
I know, it's all dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it like they played like a charity match?
A couple of their players went and played a charity match,
Yeah,
and so they got the district title taken from them and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Teachers, please release students going on the field trip to Eminence. Please release students going on the field trip to Eminence.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't there like more to it? Like, didn't Wicking also, they were going to go to some other game and they had players that also played in the same
Charity thing?
charity thing?
Well, from my understanding, last night, I got a few more details, and this is all kind of secondhand stuff, so that Houston had played those 3 kids in that charity event, and they knew that they were playing in it, so they self-reported. So when they self-reported, they thought they were gonna get slapped on the wrist. Well, they ended up getting disqualified from, it's like if they would have not won the district title game, they would have just not said anything. But since they won it, they self-reported, thinking they'd get slapped on the wrist. Well, then Misha said, no, you're forfeiting your game. So Licking's traveling to Stover last night to play Stover. They get a call about an hour into the trip, come home, because Houston had reached out to a couple of politicians, a couple of local representatives. They get a hold of a judge, and they throw a restraining order against Misha. So they're gonna have more court case today, like hearings this morning, and then now they're talking about, Misha oversight. It gets crazy, but it's just, man, Houston knew it when they went into it. They were breaking the rules, and now they're having people bail them out. I didn't see the final last night if Houston won or lost, but I think they were down at one time.
Well, I know they were breaking the rules, but I do feel kind of bad because it was a charity match, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
I don't really get why that's a
Should
rule
that
in the
even
first
count?
place. Like,
well,
is there,
same sport, same season rule is what they broke.
Yeah.
It would be like if you guys if you took your football team to play in a city league event during the season. Get more reps to hang out, and you'd have more time to work together than other schools would. That's the reason why they have that, but same time, Misha does do a lot of things that oversteps their bounds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our sports.
Big guys sports.
now on the opposite side of the spectrum, I guess, do you play video games, Mr. McAfee?
I do.
Do you have like a favorite video game?
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Super Mario.
Have you played the new Super Mario game?
I have not, I've heard stories about that, and
Yeah.
it's sounds like it's pretty good, but,
Yeah.
man, I'm just such an old school guy. I have a hard time letting go of the old Nintendo system.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So are you an only Mario kind of guy, or more variety?
I had some games I played Castlevania,
Oh
the
my
original
gosh, I
back.
love Castlevania.
Yes, I played Ninja Gaiden, which was just a fight movie. You just fought big bad bosses all the time. But and sports games, I liked Major League Baseball, but man, I'm such an old school guy. I have a hard time going to these new games because there's too many buttons on the controller.
Yeah.
We should throw them in a match of 6. Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six
Oh my
Siege, that'd be
gosh.
Do you still
cursed.
play on like the old systems, or do you emulate, or?
When I play, it's on the old system.
Mm.
Yeah, because I play old games sometimes, but I just pirate them off the internet on my computer. And
You borrowed them off the
yeah,
internet.
borrow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, you got us wrong legally.
Uh-huh.
Emulator, very legal. Everything about it legal.
Yes, absolutely.
But, actually, this is kind of on there as well. Nels, what is your favorite game on that old system?
On the old system, I mean, the first Zelda game is pretty good. If we're just talking about NES.
Well, you can include like DS and like any of those, like that era.
And for Super Nintendo, I like Mario World. That one's good. And he's talking about Castlevania. It's like really hard, but like a fair hard to me anyway.
Yeah.
It's a cool game. You fight vampires and stuff. And
Didn't you try to get me to play that game?
Yeah, and I don't know if you did or not.
I did. I played it, I think, and then I think whenever we got off, I never played it again. But I did like it for the period that I did play it, because like it's hard to believe that was a game on the NES. To be honest, like I was like, dang, this is a really good game.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff that people don't really talk about that much anymore. Like you said, Ninja Gaiden. Trying to think. There's this Batman game on the NES that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite was on the Genesis, the first Mortal Kombat game.
Oh, there you go.
That was a lot of fun.
Finish it.
Yeah.
Iconic term right there.
Oh yeah. They were a lot of fun. I remember, not last year, the year before, someone had brought in like a PlayStation or something, and we had a whole Mortal Kombat tournament.
There you go.
Oh, that actually reminds me. At the end of our freshman year, Dalton, he brought in like I guess I don't know who got the TV from, but he brought in his Xbox, and we just played Mortal Kombat. Like we just all
Yeah.
tried to tournament, and I'd be the worst player in the entire
Dalton
school.
Ball is so good at fighting games, it's not even funny. Like,
Yeah.
even games he's never played before, he'll just pick it up and destroy you at it. Like,
Like as if you've never played the game before.
I think I walked in on that and I was just like, well,
I remember we went to like, I don't remember, was it James's house? And we were just like, no,
Yeah.
we're not playing Mortal Kombat, no. Because you're all scared to die to him or something.
we played it for a little bit, and he just showed us. I don't know if he went against him or if he was just like showing off what he can do in the game.
Oh yeah, that was cool though.
Alright, I do wanna ask you a couple of questions here. So, that was,
I don't know why we're talking about that, but
no, it's okay. Your favorite show?
Oh, favorite show? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Like TV series, anything like that?
Okay, to be completely honest, it's gonna be MXC, Most Extreme Challenge. It's kind of a little known, it's a remake of Takeshi's Castle from Japan. And they have, voiceovers. It is hilarious. It is this game show where these guys, these people are trying to compete in these little competitions, and they keep having these massive failures. Like they'll just get smoked by whatever, and then the voiceovers are so hilarious. It's
Are there like commentators, like just like?
yeah, it's a little. I won't say it's adult, but it's like definitely not young kid watching. But yeah, these guys are hilarious. YouTube it, you'll see some episodes. They give them names, like one was Robbie Tussin was his name, so like Robitussin the Constero. But yeah, it's some crazy fails. They get smoked so bad.
Yeah.
What streaming service is this on?
It's on Tubi, is what the actual show's on, but I watch a few clips off of YouTube. Yeah.
Like little highlights or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so, little controversial here. What is the best streaming service, in your opinion?
Oh, it just depends on what you're trying to watch. Are you watching for shows? Are you watching for movies? Or what's your? I think there's different ones for different things.
Well, we can do for shows. Which one would be the best?
Oh man, I do like Hulu for shows. They have a lot of good shows on there. Max is up there.
Oh yeah.
Used to be HBO Go or whatever, and
No, it's just Max.
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Movie wise, I think Max is up there too, movie wise, because all the DC content and just older movies are just classics.
I think Disney Plus is getting up there pretty quick. They've got kind of like, well, they got pretty much everything. They've got
Yeah.
all the Star Wars. They have all the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple that they're.
they kind of ruined Star Wars and all the Marvel movies.
Okay, yeah, but they still have all the good ones on there too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
I see where you're going with that. I'm not saying I disagree, but
Yeah.
that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
I think Marvel was hurt that bad. I feel like what was it? Star Wars. That was definitely
Yeah,
the worst.
that was rough.
That-
Oh,
the last movie is just like, why were these created?
yeah.
You know, their series aren't that bad though. Like The Mandalorian and
All,
such.
I mean, in my opinion, I think they start off strong and then kind of like okay, like
Yeah.
by the end of it, it gets kind of dumb. I think.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
should have been
explained
left at
some
one
things.
season,
Yeah.
maybe 2 seasons, but
Yeah.
they just keep.
They were like,
stretching
oh, we
it.
made something good. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time to
make
make
something
money.
good. Put
Yeah.
more money into it. Let's start cranking things out.
That's the problem. You just kind of hit on it. I think they get a little bit of success, and then they're like, oh, we're just gonna throw a bunch of money at all these different things, and none of it hits. So then they've wasted all this money, and nobody really cares for the content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a problem with Disney in general. They just, once they get something that works, they have to ruin it.
Hey, except for Cars 3. Cars 3.
Cars 3 was good.
Cars 3 was good.
Another movie that I'm really looking forward to is the new Hunger Game movie that's coming out. Oh, what is
I've actually not watched.
I've
They're
not
making
watched
a new
Hunger
Hunger
Games or
Games?
read the
that?
new
You've never
ones.
really.
No.
I have no
This
idea.
this one for anyone who's watched it. This one is set before the first Hunger Games.
Yeah, that
And that's
makes
the
sense.
time frame.
Prequels.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do like.
It could be really good, or it could just be awful.
Are they from District 13?
That's what I was thinking. But I don't know.
I'm caught up on my,
Yeah.
Hunger Games. I watch them all the time.
Apparently Snoke, it's like before Snoke became president.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it'd be 13 would exist at that
13
point.
would exist.
Get an education right here.
Yeah.
No, the streaming services, Disney is really good too, because of the Marvel content and the Star Wars content. And then they also have a lot of good kids movies too that they show.
And all 30, 32, 36 seasons of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
However many there are.
On season 18 of The Simpsons.
Oh,
And now they own the X-Men. So they can finally finish all of the Marvel stuff.
yeah,
Finally.
that's been kind of missing.
Yeah.
I can't wait till get the new Marvel content that has, where they've already kind of tied in the Fantastic Four
Yeah.
with, wasn't it Doctor Strange's second movie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tied them in a little bit, but
Yeah,
there's still the tie in X-Men, all that.
the Deadpool movie coming out.
Deadpool. Oh, I can't wait for that.
Because Wolverine's supposed to be in that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's gonna be hilarious.
Who's playing Wolverine? Is it
I
still?
think it's still Hugh Jackman.
It's
that
still
one.
huge.
dude.
He's getting old. What is he? He's.
Oh, well, I think what they'll do is they'll probably have him, and it's gonna be like, if I was to guess, it'd be a multiverse sort of thing. There'll be
Yeah.
him, and then there'll be a younger him, and
Yeah.
then they'll eventually switch off to the younger him.
Are they gonna explain the gap between the end of the X-Men and Logan?
I wish they
With
would.
this-
There's a huge hole right there.
Yeah, it's like
Where no one knows what
100
happened.
years. That's ridiculous.
I need to rewatch Marvel, so I guess.
I've
Out of the loop.
lost track on Marvel stuff because they release so many TV shows and movies after
Yeah.
Endgame that it's like, okay, I can't like keep up with it anymore. But I'm sure a lot of it's pretty good. but
Dude, the
as far
Doctor
as
Strange movie.
It's just whenever
It
you
is.
have, whenever you have so many movies, I don't think you should make a movie that was like supposed to be in the middle or before. Cause like,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, I have to rewatch this just to know where this is at or something, you know?
It's like
Yeah, make them in a
chronological.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that, 'cause that's frustrating. Oh, this movie's gonna explain this. Well, what about the time before that? It's like, oh, well, we're gonna bypass that to the next movie.
Yeah. Yep.
It's because they're producing 3 or 4 of them at a time, and then this one, it had some bumps in the road, but this one, it kind of went smoothly, so they have to release this one even though it's
Yeah.
before this one.
Oh, well, isn't that what they did with Infinity War and Endgame? They did both of them back to back or something, or even during, they took shots out of this one for that one, and they, like, were running almost, I won't say simultaneously, but they were running pretty close to each other.
Oh yeah.
And then this one was out, and then they had pretty much Endgame figured out, and
Mhm. I don't think there was that
Working
long
on Captain
between
Marvel
them
as
being
well.
released, was there? Like,
I think there was a pretty big gap of time.
I honestly thought it was like, well, I wasn't a Marvel fan like during this period of time, which is kind of weird, but I thought it was a year-long gap or something.
That's what I thought. And I
it's
thought
not
they
that long for Avengers movies though. Like,
Oh yeah. It takes like 1.5 to 2 years to make those movies.
and you're talking about reshoots and stuff like
yeah,
that after.
Endgame came out the year after Infinity War, but
Okay, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But I thought they had it done like maybe a month after they released Infinity War or something like that, so they were just holding it back.
Yeah,
They just wanted to milk it for profit.
Yeah.
and they did. They
Oh,
made
yeah.
a lot, what's
Oh,
over a
yes.
billion
I'm gonna,
Oh, yeah.
worldwide?
I
oh
actually-
yeah, it's one of the top selling movies of all time. I think it's number 2 because
Yeah, it has to
Avatar
be-
is up
It
there
hasn't
also.
beat Avatar yet.
And then the second Avatar movie nobody thought would do as good and it like shot up there also.
Oh, that
It
movie
was.
is great. That movie is just amazing.
is it like the highest grossing film, or maybe this is for Disney only, The Incredibles 2 or something? Because I heard
Not
that's
film, because Avatar is the highest of
It
all
might be.
time.
I don't know,
But
I
maybe
heard-
animated, I don't know.
I heard a random fact, so I was like, just throwing it out there to see if it was true or not.
There you
I didn't
go.
like Incredibles 2.
That's how you find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Avatar guy, so I did not, I watched a little bit of the first one, and I just,
And the graphics on that second one.
mm,
And it's all fake. It's like 90% fake.
Yeah.
And it
CGI.
looks so good.
It's crazy how good they're getting with all
Have
that.
you guys seen the trailers for the Cats movie? They were so bad. I was like, well, Hollywood, what are you doing?
Was it the worst movie ever made?
I never watched it, but it just looked so bad that I just didn't even want to watch it.
I heard it's actually not that bad, but
I
like,
have.
you have to endure all of the weirdness of it. So like,
I'm pretty sure it is not rated very highly.
Do we wanna ask you the last question?
Which one's that?
If you need to, what happened to?
Oh. That's actually what I was gonna kind of talk about. I feel, look, I may be just this old guy, don't put your ball in my yard sort of guy, but I feel like music, movies, there's not been a whole lot of originality coming out here lately. Like, I'm a rock guy. I love heavy metal. I love hard rock. There are not really any new bands coming out that are just making good money.
Yeah, no, definitely not making money. Like, for good stuff, I doubt you're into like the more extreme genres of metal, but
Slipknot and stuff like that.
like there's some pretty decent like extreme metal bands coming up, but as you said, they are not making money. They're like underground pretty much. Like, I don't think metal will ever reach mainstream levels again.
Well, even hard rock itself, like Foo Fighters are kind of holding on.
Yeah, the people who are still mainstream are people who are solidified themselves as mainstream when it was like still popular.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you go back and watch old countdown, I love watching old countdowns. Like, I'll watch countdowns from the 80s and 90s, Billboard countdown. Mainstream, you'll see, in that 100, you'll see 10 or 15 rock bands. Now, today, you won't see those rock bands. Or if they are rock bands, they're like Lord, they consider rock. And I was like,
yeah.
all right, I'm really confused, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In movies, I kind of view the same way. TV shows, it's like ideas they're rehashing some new ideas.
Yeah, what happened to the good old funny movie?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm gonna go just a little off top, or not off top, go political a little bit. I think the climate has changed so much that people can't take jokes as much anymore.
Yeah, I think people become too
Oh, yeah.
sensitive to comedy.
Yes. I used to love listening to insult comics. Those were hilarious. And now, I just couldn't imagine somebody working today being that way.
Well, there are a few.
Very little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gotta cancel.
Yeah.
Cancel culture, all that.
So, in your opinion, what is the greatest movie of all time?
Oh, wow. That is, man, greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that, and it's just, every time I think I have one, it's like, oh, Top Gun, it's got everything. And then I go, no, Tin Cup, and I was like, no, I can't go that route, it's just a sports movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. Top Gun is one of my favorites, and I liked. I really liked Avengers: The Infinity War movie
Oh, yeah.
because it was so long, but it was almost too long, but at the same time it had everything in it you want. Humor, drama and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But give me a second, come back to me. Look, I'm still, every time I pick one, I'm like, no, I'm telling myself
Yeah,
that.
well, I think one of the big things for me on picking the greatest movie of all time is I think like the greatest movie of all time should be a movie that you can watch on repeat and not get tired. I feel like, yeah,
Well,
I
You're
feel
a
like
guy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the Avengers movies, I feel like you can't really
No.
watch multiple times without getting bored of them.
Well, you better set some time on 3 hours out of whack there, you better have some time.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of show, like the greatest show of all time, or like, I guess series of shows if you want to include this, but like, I feel like Breaking Bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like,
Yeah,
I would watch that over.
Have you watched Breaking Bad?
A few episodes, I haven't really got into it, but man, the ones I've seen, it's just been, it's high quality.
Yeah.
It's high quality.
Very old show too. I think it like, when did it come out? I think it's been like,
It's been a while. I don't know.
I feel like it's been like 10 years or something.
Something like that.
Well, I'll reference an old movie that has been one of those I go to and watch all the time. Is Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's an older movie, but man, and it's cheesy, it's horrible graphics, the acting is terrible, but it's just so good to watch. I don't know what it is, it's like a guilty pleasure maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think for me, the original, not the new one, but the original Longest Yard.
Oh, Burt
That-
Reynolds?
yes.
Where he was actual.
Yes.
That is a
Actually-
really good movie.
On Breaking Bad, we have crossed the 10-year mark.
Really?
September 29th.
Wow.
That was when the last episode, in 2013, that's whenever it aired.
Hmm.
And so it's been about 10 years and a month since the last episode aired. And then the first episode was January 20th, 2008.
Wow.
I feel like that's just,
Wow. It's a long period of time.
That reminds me, like the long time, like Supernatural was one I really got into, but then it kind of just kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and I watched it to the end, but it was like, all right, really, we're fighting God now. So, next Aliens, I don't know.
yeah. Actually, I kind of want to go to the topic of horror movies. Like, have you guys ever watched the first Quiet Place movie?
Oh yeah. The
It's-
one with the aliens, like
Like
where
the
they
super hearing?
screech if they hear noises and
Like the high pitch? Yeah.
yeah.
Do you watch
Yeah,
that too?
it's a good movie.
I think that's one of my favorite movies, actually.
It's a cool idea, but I don't know if 100% of the movie is like well executed. Or it's been a long time since I saw it, but there were some parts where I'm like, okay, this is kind of dumb. Like,
Yeah.
but
Well, I don't know.
I don't
for me-
even remember what parts I'm thinking of, but I just remember thinking that while I was watching it the first time.
Oh yeah. Actually, my mom kind of thought it the same way, kind of like you. But I thought the whole movie was just like beautiful, cause like the fact that it's like there's not much sound, so whenever there is sound, you're just like already like jumping.
Yeah, it's definitely a creative movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not really a big
Very original,
horror
actually.
movie fan.
You aren't?
Yeah.
You scared?
No, I'm not scared. I just a lot of them are just
Not good. I
Not
agree
good,
with it.
yeah.
Like,
A lot of them
not
are
good
not
movies, like
Like if you've watched Sinister 2, it's like
Yeah, Sinister 2.
yeah.
So bad. I think.
like
Sinister 1 though. One of the best horror movies I've ever seen. Sinister 2, completely botched it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, everyone like the whole like Sinister 2 isn't even canon
I
at this
think-
point. It's just so bad.
You have your
Oh, I just thinking my daughter had me watch The Conjuring, the devil made me do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
one's-
yeah.
That one's
It's all right.
it's mid.
It's way better than like the Blair Witch Project that had a camera shoved in the guy's face and it was really snots running out of it. Like, I'm scared. I'm like, oh gosh.
I think my favorite horror movie, it's not really a horror movie, it's more of just a comedy, was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh,
If you've ever seen that one,
bits and pieces of it, yeah.
yeah. It's not really a horror movie, it's kind of, but
It's not even close.
it's more just a comedy,
Yeah, it's a
it's really fun.
It makes fun of horror movie.
It's really
It's great.
fun.
Isn't it kind of like that Ash versus Evil sort of type?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of where they're.
He done threw himself in the wood chipper. I tried to help him out.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to give you guys my mom's input on A Quiet Place. She said that this movie is probably made for deaf people, that we shouldn't be watching it.
How are they supposed to get scared from the jump scares?
That's exactly what she said. Because they were doing like sign language, and she's like, "This is made for deaf people." I was like, "Oh, there's subtitles."
But it's a good take though, because maybe you could be.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be inspired.
Ah.
But even as a avid ear user, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Bird Box. That one's controversial. A lot of people don't like it.
Bird
Never
Box.
seen that.
I've never
I've never seen it.
No.
I don't think any of us have heard of this movie.
I've heard of it because it was real popular for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was a long time ago. So
Yeah, it's pretty old, but pretty much some demon or something causes you to kill yourself or go insane if you look at it.
Has been the thing for
That's
many
pretty
horror
much-
movies.
You
Yeah.
described every single horror movie in existence.
Except Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, that's pretty much, these two guys are out in the woods, and some kids are like wandering through the woods, and they get scared when they see Tucker and Dale because they're normally got stuff on them, but they're not bad people, and they're trying to help them, and then the kids like end up hurting themselves.
Oh.
Well, wasn't one of the kids like, there was a murderer at one point?
Yeah, but
His
he's
mom?
something like
I
that.
actually heard the
A
new
big one?
FNAF movie is pretty not good.
wow, I can't believe the Five Nights at Freddy's movie would be bad.
Well, that's what my daughter's gonna go watch it Sunday, but she's like, I hear it's really, really bad, so.
I'm so shocked.
I've never played any
That's
of those
an
games.
esteemed franchise. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess with the movie adaptation of that would be fine.
It's
Yeah.
kinda like,
a 4-star rating.
Everybody on
From all the little fourth grader Five Nights at Freddy's.
They don't even have like,
That's the audience, and then Rotten Tomatoes is 26%.
Yeah.
oh, man.
according to like people that play the games, it doesn't even have like the game's lore in it, so it doesn't make sense.
Really?
Well, he's also not saying that was 4 out of 100. So, that's a huge difference.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Google reviews are always like positive though. Like I don't know if I've ever seen a negative
Yeah.
like Google user review. Like you know the
Yeah.
For the school,
when
it's
you look
1
at the
star.
movie, you can just
Is it really?
Hold up, let me pull up Liberty High School.
But you know what though?
Yeah, we
That's
have
science,
actual
we have
reviews.
room for improvement.
I wonder if they actually wrote reviews or if they just slapped a 1 star on it.
It's just a bunch of people that probably went to the school.
Yeah.
Like I hate the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 star. Tyler Dade, Clayton Murphy, and William Durfee.
Oh, yeah. These former students. But like, if you go, and then what's crazy is like you go on YouTube, you notice they still have the dislike button, but they don't tell you the number.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's like,
There used to be an
It's
extension.
so you don't get offended by how many dislikes you got.
Well, it's like dumb because I'm pretty sure the content creator can still see the dislikes if they go into their analytics, so it serves no purpose at all.
It just doesn't want the user to base it off of dislikes, which
Yeah.
I think it's probably because of YouTube breaking a record on having the most
Because
dislikes.
YouTube themselves have the record for the first video. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
hilarious.
they're trying to just cover it up, but no, YouTube, you're the worst YouTube channel of all time.
They got their feelings hurt, so
Yeah,
they're like, we'll just
it's
change
one
the
of the
rules.
YouTube rewinds that has like the most dislikes of any YouTube
Really?
video.
That's fun.
And then Justin Bieber Baby is up there also.
You don't dislike me? Well, joke's on you. No more dislikes.
Yeah.
You can only like stuff. I think that's dumb. I feel like you should be able to dislike something that's so bad.
Yeah.
Now, in Justin Bieber's defense, I'm sure he really doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's, oh what? I can't hear you from all my money.
Yeah.
You can usually tell if a video has like 1 million views but only like 1,000 likes or something that there's a
Right.
it's probably not very good. But I mean,
I'd like to see how many partial views they get instead of just views. Because like, I think doesn't count as a view if you click on it. I'd love to see the partial views, because that's where you'll get the true, like, oh, I'm watching it, oh, this is really bad. Get off of this.
The creators can see that.
yeah, they can see how long people
Your average
stay on
watch
the
time.
video, which our
like
average
that.
watch time is not very good
No,
because
it's not.
people just click on our videos and then click off because oh that's funny, they have a YouTube channel.
Well, I would watch the whole video, so I'll defend
We have
it.
our whole
All of our episodes
selection
on
of
there.
episodes on there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We actually have a few episodes that we filmed and not edited, but we'll eventually do that. Or I think we did edit one of them, but we just haven't uploaded it.
Yeah. We have a couple of really bad ones that we
Yeah,
might
there's
not
two
upload.
also.
Oh yeah, the episode that we filmed, like that we had to cut out because you and Talon are weird. We're actually gonna upload that. It's just that segment's gonna be cut out.
No, that's the funniest part of it. We should just upload it on April Fools or something. It's like
We should like
better
have it
ones.
like with the bad audio or whatever they
Oh,
call it.
yeah.
That'd be funny. Just to make it more cursed.
Or,
No, deep fry it.
I was saying, then you can put in like, backup, or like different vocals, and make it sound like,
Yeah.
what is he really saying? I don't know. Pretty sure it's not bad.
Sometimes
As the
we
argument
bleep out
comes.
things that don't need to be bleeped, so it makes it sound like we
Yeah.
said something a lot worse than we actually
Yeah.
did.
It's called advertisement there. You're trying to,
Like I'll say like
So-
Talon, you're a stupid idiot, and then we bleep out idiot.
Yeah.
What they say.
But then, actually, we'll probably have to redact this part, but during our first episode, Talon had his moments, so we had to
Mhm.
bleep those out, and we were telling Collins about it, and he said if Missini asked, they're just visual effects.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Black squares.
Cool. Do we have anything else?
Mr. McAfee, do you have anything else you'd like to speak about?
Oh, I actually do have one thing, if you don't have it.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm blocking things.
Oh, I'm blocking things. There we go.
This is something we've left out of the email, like we always do, but this is a
We
very...
need
Yeah, we're gonna
slow.
confront you face to
We
face.
need slow.com unblocked.
No, okay, not that type of game. Like I'm saying, like we get ad blockers on YouTube because like sometimes like I don't know if it's school internet, but Dallas has experienced this a lot.
Yeah.
We'll open up a page, and an ad will load, and then we'll click full screen, just so we can have it ready. And then it'll just refresh the page, and we'll just watch that again. And it just resets the timer. So I found that pretty annoying. But, actually,
Movies.7. That one needs to be unblocked.
I get where he's coming from, I'm pretty sure.
I only have one real class this year.
actually, thinking about this,
I need my movie.
on, like, YouTube is actually, like, trying to get rid of, like, ad blockers, like, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or Google is on YouTube. And, like, I had this, like, ad blocker specifically for YouTube on my computer, and then they said that it was malware and that they deleted it off my computer for me. I was like, oh wow. So but there's this one ad blocker called uBlocker Origin, and that'll like just like, they have a bypass to that, and they'll just get rid of any ads on your YouTube.
Anytime I usually deal with blocker, or anytime I deal with people who want things unblocked, normally I say, hey, have a teacher tell me, and then I'll get it unblocked. But if it's a student request and it's not something for a teacher, and it's something that you might use for like something like this, or I would always say send it to me in an email, because one, I will forget as soon as I walk out this door, and then also it gives me a chance to research it a little bit, because sometimes I need to research these things, and
Yeah, for sure.
we're going through all these different. We have to keep all these protocols up for school, protections and stuff like that, and if people understood what we go through to do that, it would be like, oh wow, okay, I get why you block a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because people are their own worst enemy. They'll click on ads, they'll click on, like when you do a Google search and they put the ads at the top, I've had not only students, I have several teachers who will click on the ad.
Oh,
It's
it's
like,
like the
oh.
sponsored.
Yeah, sponsored thing, and I go to a different page, and next thing you know, it's like, hey, why we got a malware popping up on my screen here, and it's like, did you click on that or you click on that? I clicked on the sponsored thing. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. That's something you just have to look out for, like, whenever you go to search, sponsored, get that,
Yeah.
go to your actual search.
But ad blocker, no longer a problem. So,
There you go.
But yeah, I think if you were to look at one, which I'll send you an email just in case,
Yeah.
uBlocker or probably not the best.
And look, if it's something that's really good and it works well, I'm not offended, I'm not against using it myself, so like, yeah, I'm open to conversations, and I love having conversations, but then at the end of the day, I have to weigh what's right for the district versus what's,
And if it's
individual.
not good, then,
Yeah.
well, hey, so be it.
but I think I'm a pretty fair person when it comes to technology stuff.
Definitely. I mean, just the fact that you talk to kids at all is like, makes it.
Oh, there you go, he's already getting the email ready.
Well, the two that I had was that, and then we had like this shrink
down,
in
by
the
the way.
stats class on
Movie
Facebook.
7?
I don't know if you.
I tried to look it up in my
What
house.
is it now?
Have you ever heard of Wordle?
Gone.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Wordle, but it's just phrases like pretty common phrases like monkey see, monkey do, or like that's the only one that comes off the top of my head.
Right.
But like we had this like it was just like a guessing game for words and stuff. Like you just kind of use your brain and figure out words that would fit into these spots. Well, we found a get around to it, but it doesn't have our streak. But there's this website. It was like I don't know what it was, but that got blocked. So we were gonna ask you. I was like, next day, just email McAfee.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah.
We need that streak back.
Well, somebody did email me, but it was a student, and it was just randomly out of nowhere. And I was like, I emailed them back, and I said, well, have your teacher send me the information on it, and then the student never got back with me.
Oh,
So
I think I have a feeling I know who it is. Do you
It
remember?
was either, was it Ava or Nadia? I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? It was the second one. Yes, not to rat anybody out, because like it was just,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it was a friendly email. Like they were respectful and everything. So
have you had like any drama with people looking up bad stuff this year yet, or?
I've had to put a couple, and I won't go into details, but I've had to put a couple people in internet jail. Yeah, and I'll say this to the end of time. You guys today are not doing the things I didn't do on a different level when I was in high school. I had to sit in a PE class to make sure kids were behaving, and I told the kids, I said, I was in the exact same area, doing the exact same things, and this is why I'm here, because I knew back then that there had to be a teacher in here to keep us from doing stupid stuff, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of it, it's like, hey, I'm gonna try to get you Miss McAfee, and then Mr. McAfee's gonna try to get him back, and then it's just, it's a big game, it's fine, it's all good. Like, I wouldn't trade what I do for nothing, I really enjoy working with kids like you and helping out, and I love my job, and it's just, you know, and I feel like there's a lot of respect going both ways. I respect what you guys do, and I think for the most part, I get a lot of respect from the kids. You know, they treat me well, you know, and as long as it's respectful, you can ask me anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just come and start yelling at me, like, whoa, step out the door, come back in, different tone, let's try this again.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, okay, so then usually works out well, but, wow. And just, it's a game. I mean, I say that kind of jokingly, but it is kind of a game. It's like, you guys try to sneak around the system, and I'll try to figure out a way to make the system tougher, and then eventually somebody's gonna win eventually, or I'll retire, one of the two.
Yeah. It's a pretty long game.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
we
we
do
need to
have
wrap
1 minute
up.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this has been Big Guy Podcast. See you next time.
Thank you.